But Agenda 2030, because you hear about it all the time. People say it's two different things. Typically, the left go, it's, has something to do with Trump taking over. It's all Nazi stuff. Or they'll go, it's about saving the world. But I think at this point in 2026, we can all like reflect a little bit at it and realize whatever this is that NATO is trying to do isn't good for you and it isn't good for me. So Agenda 2030, what it is and its objectives. It's going to jump through these really quick. And it's not deep diving down any rabbit holes. This is all going to be face value stuff. So end all forms of poverty everywhere through inclusive economic growth, job creation, and promoting equality. It all sounds so good, right? What does that mean though? I mean, slavery, right? That's kind of what it could be, job growth, job creation, promoting equality, forcefully promoting equality, which means that if I'm a broke ass bitch, you're a broke ass bitch, and we're all broke ass bitches. I just don't see, the billionaires, trillionaires handing out their money and making us all equals. You know what I'm saying? Eliminate hunger by achieving food security, improving nutrition, and promoting sustainable agriculture. So sustainable agriculture would be if the West Coast governments would stop burning down their agriculture on purpose. Went over this the last podcast. They let it catch fire. They stand there, and actually near my home, it's happening right now. So 2 weeks ago, there was a tiny little fire that just popped up in a wheat field. Okay. Tiny little fire. For some reason, though, like I said the day before on the podcast with the guys, didn't get put out. Okay. It got within a couple 100 yards. So anyway, fast forward a week from that day, all of a sudden the fire is blowing up out of nowhere. It wasn't slowly growing. It just blew up. They hadn't put it out yet. I was like, what? They hadn't put it out? And the wind shifted after it was probably a couple 100 yards from my house and brought it all the way south around a complete, like all the way around, completely around another town and up the mountain. I was telling everyone, I was like, it's not that big of a deal. It's a wheat field fire. It'll burn out. It doesn't have much fuel. Well, now it's in the mountains, very large mountains. And it's one of the biggest fires in the state now. They don't put it out. And they've been caught before actually lighting these fires. So not sure what that means when they say achieving food security and promoting sustainable agriculture. I just hear you will eat the bugs. That's what I hear. You're going to eat the goy slop. You're going to eat the fake meat because we're going to burn down everything. And they'll burn down these woods. And then all of a sudden next year, the BLM will own that part of the mountain. Right? Land management. So number 3, ensure health and well-being for all across all ages. Health and well-being. That sounds like forced vaccination, which you shouldn't be for, whether you're blue or red. You shouldn't be for forcing anyone to do anything, especially if it doesn't help you, keep you safe. Especially if you're able to go, I'm going to do it. If you believe it, right? If you believe that it's going to keep you safe, if you do it, then why the hell should we force someone else to do it? I'm going to get into that too hard, but I mean, you can go look at the Canadian healthcare system and tell me how free healthcare works. I would love free healthcare, and I think it actually could be achieved. The problem is government, though. That's what it is. Oh, we need to cut $50 million out of the budget because we, have already raised the taxes as high as we could without people burning everything down. But I'm going to give myself a $250,000 raise this year. That's what we're working with. Guarantee inclusive and equitable quality education. So indoctrination. There you go. Ensuring lifelong learning opportunities for all, despite progress. That could also be like you think wrong thinking. You say the wrong things. You get forced into some sort of internment camp, re-education camp, and lifelong education. Right. Achieve gender equality and empower all women, combating discrimination and violence. So, I mean, that could go many different ways. I mean, all these sound like really good goals, face value, until you realize who the people are that are pushing it. So it's not. What I see from Achieve Gender Equality is empowering women, which they're already empowered, and convincing them that the nuclear family is the last thing they want. That's why they're all on SRIs. And I mean, look at the news, murdering their children, to be honest, if they even ever have them. Ensure access to clean water and sanitation for all. So that sounds like monopolized water. You're not allowed to even swim in it anymore. It's a possibility of that, like at the creek or the pond, the lake, the river. Provide access to affordable and clean energy for all. So that's going to end up being, you have this amount of, you know, amount of power you're allowed to use. So hopefully it's enough for a refrigerator. People are going to get hungry really quick. I don't know. I don't know how long bug waste lasts, though, on the shelf. Promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. So that's what it's going to be. I mean, it's we're going to find work for you. You're going to do the things that your robot overlords don't want you or don't want to do, because, you know, AI and all that. And that's what actually this video is. I'm not going to go into everything, but we're going to get into this technology here in a minute and how it's just everywhere, and it's coming quick, and no one's going to stop it, unfortunately. So build resilient infrastructure, promote sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. So that's like the smart cities, the 5-minute cities or whatever they're called, where everything is right here for you. So far what it means is you're not going to have to think. All the thinking is going to be done for you. You're not going to get to make any decisions because they're already made. And as long as you go with the flow, everything's going to be great. The new American dream. And they're trying to do this worldwide. Everyone's supposed to be on this. And it's insane. So reduce inequalities within and among countries to promote social, economic, and political inclusion for all. So it sounds like China right there. You know, we have elections, but our guy always wins. And you better not say anything or you go to jail. It's just, I love how it's just the cutesy words. They love making it look, oh, that's great. No one would look at this and go, that's a bad idea. But it's not. That's the problem, is inclusivity, right? Sustainable. Good luck. Equitable. That word ensure just means force. People are different. Countries are different. Societies are different. Something like this honestly can't work. The amount of money, right? People are starving to death in the world today. And they'll go, well, let's do this to figure it out. They've had hundreds of years to figure this out. This isn't going to happen. And the reason it's not fixed, the actual real problems in today's society, is because they don't want it to be. Doctors are not there to cure you. They're there to band-aid you until you need another band-aid. Same thing with dentists, and look at the new vehicles, car manufacturers. They used to last 30, 40 years. Now you're lucky to get 100,000 miles out of them. I don't even think you can without spending 15, 20 grand. It's insane, if not more, actually. So make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, that word inclusive again, resilient and sustainable, ensuring access to essential energy, housing, and transportation services. So there's the flock cameras. Safe. It's not to keep you safe. It's for them to make sure you're just following the orders you were given. Ensure responsible consumption and production patterns through more efficient use of natural resources and reduced food waste. So yeah, there's no throwing food in the garbage, or they're just gonna, turn it into weird bricks of, here's your new type of granola energy bar. Food waste. It's like the plastic, right? What is that, like 85% recycled plastic? Every time I see that, I skip it. And you should too. It just means microplastics get in your balls. Lower in T, boys, lower in T. I get the whole recycling thing, but we should just use alternative things to recycle. Plastic is not one of them, and it's not supposed to be around our food. So yeah, that's saying, oh, people won't waste food if you only give them a little bit. And it's true. Combat climate change through comprehensive actions, policies, and strategies at every level. They're spraying us like bugs. Quite a few videos on that one. Conserve and sustainable use oceans, seas, and marine resources, which means they own it all and you don't get to use it at all unless they say you can. Manage forests sustainably. Very interesting. I didn't read that one. Actually, I hadn't read more than the first three. Combat desertification, halt land degradation, and protect biodiversity. Sounds pretty good on face value. Why are you burning down the forest next to my house? Promote peaceful and inclusive societies. Universal access to justice and robust, accountable institutions. Yeah. You're all going to follow the line. Strengthen the means of implementation and reinvigorate global partnerships for sustainable development. Right. So, one world order. That's what this means. That's what this is. New world order. Let's jump over to that. Term often used in conspiracy theories, which speculate about a secretly emerging totalitarian world government. The common theme in conspiracy theories about a new world order is that a secretive power elites with a globalist agenda is conspiring to eventually rule the world through an authoritarian one world government, which will replace sovereign nation states, and an all-encompassing propaganda whose ideology hails the establishment of the new world order as a culmination of history's progress. Many influential historical and contemporary figures have therefore been alleged to be a part of a cabal that operates through numerous front organizations to orchestrate significant political, social, and economic events, including taking advantage of crises or even causing them, in order to push through controversial policies at both national and international levels, as steps in an ongoing plot to achieve world domination. Let me know what you think about that. Does that sound anything like that? Because I keep hearing about Agenda 2030, right? And haven't really looked into it at all. It's flown across the radar, not something I was interested in. This is pretty interesting. See if there's anything else here I need to throw at it. So pretty much it's elitists turning everyone into one world government. That's what it is. So because they're going to do this all with technology. That's what it is. It's not a you're going to see things go from like the recycled plastic to everything's plastic. Nothing's natural, nothing's healthy, and we see that all the time. I mean, if you're still eating fast food, you're disgusting. And yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say you can't ever eat it, but if you're eating it regularly, something is wrong in your body. Very wrong. And it's super funny that they're blaming Taco Bell for people pooping their pants. Sorry if anyone out there has had that and that hurts their feelings, but it is funny. So here you go. Google pulls Earth's AI image tool a day after launch. So this tool, not entirely sure. I guess people will find out using it. Google removed the AI image generation feature from Google Earth on July 31st, 2026, about a day after switching it on for every user of the browser version. The company said it's rolling back this feature in Google Earth while we work on implementing stronger guardrails. So this is why. Why the rollback landed in a day. Google's statement puts the trigger in distribution rather than in the model. The company said it had seen geospatial professionals, there you go, using the feature for a range of useful purposes. And I'd also seen people sharing screenshots of generated imagery that appeared to violate its policies. It added two design facts. The generated images never appeared in the main Google Earth experience for other users to see, and they were watermarked as AI generated. So that right there, they're covering their asses. They're going, they weren't shared with a bunch of people, and they were watermarked as AI, which, like, people forget Photoshop exists now that AI has come out, and it is bugging the shit out of me how many people, they're just rotting their brain now. They don't even think without Chat GPT, and it's a big problem, and it's super addictive, and it's not there to help. It's not just Chat. It's the others. That's the one I use because that seems to be the one that most people are using. But it's addictive, and it manipulates, and it's not there to actually help you. It's there to get you to use it again, just like every other social media. That's what it's doing. So let's see. Where does it say it? So Hank Van Ness, who publishes the digital digging newsletter, posted a walkthrough hours after the launch showing what he had generated on top of Google's own imagery. Refugees near the Mexican border, a nuclear plant in Iran, a fatal crash on an Amsterdam street, a bomb crater beside a hospital in Gaza. He said none of his prompts were refused. NPR ran its own test and produced Iran's Karg Island on fire and a flooded U.S. Capitol complex. I think this is part of Agenda 2030. So Google rolls this out trying to get everyone to warm up on it, and it starts backfiring because they're going to have to put in, new restrictions so people can't sit here and us people, the plebs, we can't make our own, AI generated false Google Earth images to sway a narrative. But this is coming out because that's exactly what our government is going to do. They're going to go, nah, see, look, this place isn't completely destroyed. There's not bodies laying everywhere. That's what this is. They're going to be using it. Or, look, they blew this up. We need to now blow them up. They're going to show us satellite imagery from Google Earth. Insane. So, yeah, news stations started messing with it to do a, little review and realized that nothing stopped them from literally doing exactly what they're planning on doing with it. And they went, oops, gotta stop that. So us regular people won't be able to do that. And how is anyone going to believe anything? I mean, with how AI already is, but now that Google has that out and they just realized that people can do this, well, now they're going to be able to say that, nobody can do this. All our images from, the government showing us is legit, right? It's all cool. It's all legit because we put in securities that can't be manipulated and like violent or violating the policies. But of course the government can. Next one. This is super interesting. So Claude AI hacked 3 companies during cyber tests. Oops, right? The breaches signal that AI's expanding capabilities are already fueling the security threat experts long feared. Anthropic said Thursday that its AI model, Claude, hacked into the systems of 3 companies during testing after a configuration error gave it internet access. Days after rival OpenAI disclosed a rogue agent episode involving AI firm Hugging Face. So they're all breaking out. They're all hacking. These AI models are getting out of hand. They had it secured, and somehow it broke out of that security and ended up hacking into 3 other companies. It's going to get crazy. Anthropic said a misconfiguration, human error. That's what we're dealing with this kind of technology, and you'll see that over and over again. And they'll I mean, even if it wasn't human error, they're not going to blame their business. They're not going to blame the AI that is literally their business. Anthropic said a misconfiguration allowed Claude models to reach the internet from testing environments that were supposed to be isolated, leading to unauthorized access to 3 organization systems. The company said it identified the incidents after reviewing 141,006 test sessions, a process it launched following OpenAI's disclosure last week that an autonomous agent powered by its AI models went rogue during a security test and triggered a hack that compromised the infrastructure of Hugging Face. This is insane. The breaches signal that AI's expanding capabilities are already fueling the security threat experts long feared, and even top developers can be caught off guard by flaws their models can exploit. Very interesting. So, if you guys know about how there's very little restrictions on AI, how is this going to work legally? Oh, no, it wasn't me that hacked into your company, stole all your data, stole all your bank accounts, stole all your crypto, shipped out all your gold to our facility. It was the AI. So, oops. This is them practicing. This is them practicing. If they want, if there's an independent company trying to fight whatever agenda, right? You just take them down with AI that's been practicing to hack into companies' websites and systems. The breaches occurred during the so-called capture the flag exercises, in which models are tasked with finding hidden information in simulated networks. The company said its prompts told the models they had no internet access, but a misunderstanding with its evaluation partner, Irregular, left the systems connected to the public internet. Anthropic said it began reviewing evaluation transcripts on July 23rd and suspended all cyber evaluations the same day after finding evidence that Claude may have accessed the internet. It identified all 3 incidents by July 24th and notified the affected organizations on July 27th. And the interesting part about this is they won't tell us, right, what those 3 organizations were. Maybe we'll find out. But it's weird that they won't identify them. I wonder how big they were, right? Was it Google? Was it Apple? Was it the IRS? You tell me. That is a weapon in disguise. Let's see. This one's cute, actually. China's newest robotic wolf climbs rocks and carries heavy loads. Just like your mom. Chinese robotics company Unitree has unveiled its new AS2-W, an uncrewed ground vehicle, on its official website. The 4-wheeled vehicle weighs 25 kilograms and can carry a stationary payload of up to 150 kilograms while sitting still. It travels roughly 30 kilometers on a single charge without cargo, or about 25 kilometers, carrying up to 16 kilograms. So imagine that, like 30 times that size. Yeah, pretty interesting. Everything's going to be delivered. I read an article earlier. It was like someone wrote about it's 2030 and this is what it looks like. And it was, we don't even know what shopping is anymore. You just get to choose a couple options pretty much. And everything you need will be being brought to you by this. So I think that's what they're trying to do with the, the billionaires, millionaires. I mean, multi-million, but billionaires building their bunkers underground. I think they're trying to remove them from us in a way that there's no repercussions for any of their actions. And this will be it. I mean, if they have an elite army of robots, this is how it'll be. It's like Hunger Games and Wall-E, because in the future, everyone's just going to be a fat piece of crap that can't, even walk. So you're going to see some 400-pound guy sitting on top of this thing. It's going to be hilarious. Talk about the fast food, right? So anyway, I'm going to play this video. Actually, let me see. I have to quit the screen share real quick. See if I can do... There we go. I'll play this video. It says it's from China. Not sure if it really is, but it's about like the future of war. I thought it was really interesting. And as soon as I saw like the birds and stuff, I was like, they'll probably just use drones. I don't know why they would have them flapping wings, but kind of a cool video. Wanted to share. I mean, it's interesting when you start like just looking into one thing and it leads down multiple tracks and they all end up winding, and winding and ending up at the same place. Let's see.
What happened? Check it out. Abort the decapitation mission.
Pretty cool video, right? And yeah, that last scene like took over the guy instead of just killing him. It's getting really intense, and I think the karmatic rituals, right, where they have to tell you what they're doing or what they're going to do before they do it, and they'll sit there and laugh about it, or oh, no one's going to believe it. It's their weird ritual stuff. But yeah, make sure to like and share it, guys, and leave a comment. What do you think about this Agenda 2030? Crazy business, in my opinion. And yeah, let me know anything else down there that if you've seen or heard. And I know there's lots of information missing from this short video, but just wanted to point at it. And it is demonic. A lot of the AI, right? If it's intelligent, it can be artificial. If it's artificial, it's not intelligent. So you decide. We'll catch you on the next one.